My beloved child, I see you, not merely the outer image you present to the world, but the deep hidden places of your soul, where unspoken questions linger, where silent tears fall unnoticed, where you have quietly held on to your faith even when I doubt tried to drown it. I know you are among the ones chosen for a great purpose, and this very moment, the breath you are taking now, is not random, nor is it just a fleeting piece of passing time. It is a sacred hour divinely appointed by heaven as the turning point in your life. The things that seem to delay you, hinder you, wound you, or even make you feel forsaken, they are not beyond my sight. You may have seen doors closed, dreams blocked, or hope veiled by the harsh shadows of reality. But I declare to you, even those very things must bow before my power. No force, whether external or from the weariness within your soul, can derail the plans I have for you. For I am the one who opens doors, and when I open them, no one can shut them. Perhaps you have felt excluded from the flow of blessings left behind, while others advance forgotten, amid songs of celebration overlooked, as others step into their harvest. Maybe you've thought you've gone too far, that you're too late, that you've missed your chance, that you no longer qualify. But my child, listen closely. I am the restorer of what has been lost. I am the redeemer of time for my beloved ones. I am the one who brings you from the place you thought was your end to the destination I prepared for you before you ever uttered your first cry. I do not look at you through the lens of your failures or shortcomings, but through the unchanging gaze of my love. The doors that were once closed cannot dim the brilliance of the new doors I am now opening. And no one, nothing, not even your own doubts or fears, can stop what I have ordained if you choose to walk with me. I have carved out a path for you that no one else can walk in your place. The blessings you are waiting for are not in the hands of others, nor are they locked away by circumstance. They rest in the hands of the Almighty. You are not rejected, you are destined, not cast aside but chosen, not forgotten but engraved upon the palm of my hand. Every single step you take, whether in the light or in the shadows, whether hurried or hesitant, is leading you to the appointment where my grace and power are waiting. My dear child, pause and breathe in this truth. No failure from your past can stain the destiny I have written over your life. No delay can cause me to abandon you. And no lie, whether whispered by the enemy or echoed from your own mind, can cancel the truth that you are loved, called, and empowered to step into the fullness of what I have prepared for you. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to have all the answers. You simply need to believe that I am at work quietly, profoundly, with love and authority. What I have prepared for you goes beyond what eyes can see or ears can hear. And when the moment comes, the moment heaven has set, everything will unfold, and you will look back not with pain but with gratitude. Grateful that I did not forget you, grateful that I was there even when you felt alone, grateful that the closed doors shielded you from what was never meant to be yours, and in doing so prepared your heart for the door that no one can shut. My child, lift your head high. Shake off every accusation, every false label, every inner voice that says you are not enough. Walk forward with the confidence that comes from me, the one who appointed you for this hour, this blessing, this new journey. And as you step through the door I have opened, do not hesitate. Walk with thanksgiving, with a heart full of faith, and with the posture of one who knows they were chosen not by merit but by unconditional love. For I have loved you, I still love you, and I will never stop loving you. The forces that once opposed you will no longer stand. The wounds that once bled will be healed. The dreams that were once buried will rise again. And you who once felt cast aside will become the living testimony of my unfailing power, the evidence of a love that knows no bounds, the radiant light declaring that when I speak, all things obey. When I act, nothing can stand in the way, and when I love, nothing can separate. My beloved child, listen to my voice in this sacred moment, the space where sorrow and hope intersect, where what you thought was the end becomes the beginning. I know every battle you've faced, every sleepless night, every silent tear spilled on your pillow, every quiet prayer uttered from a broken heart. But my child, I tell you this, what the enemy meant to use for your destruction I am now using to lift you up. The schemes of hell cannot overpower the grace of heaven. Every loss, every failure, every hidden shame, I am gathering them now, as a potter collects shattered pieces to mold you into a vessel more beautiful, more valuable, and stronger than ever before. You may have thought your pain was pointless, that your wounds only made you weaker, but I say no, my child, that pain is being transformed. It is no longer a weight for you to carry alone, but the foundation of a purpose greater than you imagined. Behind every tear is a wellspring of power rising within you. You are not merely being healed, you are being sanctified, trained, refined in the fire of trials to become a living witness of my love and might. The battle you are fighting is not to wear you down, but to forge you into an unwavering warrior. The strength you are building doesn't come from avoiding hardship, but from holding on to your faith when all around you seems to fall apart. And right in the moment you choose to remain in me, instead of turning away right when you refuse to let distractions or discouragement draw you from my side, something holy begins to unfold. My beloved child, you may not see it yet, but heaven is moving. What once seemed immovable is beginning to crack open. The invisible chains that once held you captive are breaking piece by piece. You think you are standing still, but in the spiritual realm, a mighty deliverance has begun. And it is your faith, though small like a mustard seed, yet planted in the right place where I dwell, that has stirred the heavens. The enemy does not tremble at the loudness of your voice, but at the steadfast soul that refuses to leave the heart of the Father. Do not walk away, beloved, for my presence is enveloping you now. Do not let the distractions of this world, the worries, the negative voices, the fleeting concerns, steal this holy moment. This is not just another passing instant. This is an appointed time for me to do the supernatural in your life. And do you know the supernatural is not merely an external miracle, but an inward transformation? The wounds in your heart, those slow healing cuts you've hidden for so long, will no longer be your secret shame, but marks of power and testimony. To the point that those who once mocked you, doubted you, belittled you, they will fall silent in awe, for no one will be able to deny that my hand is at work in your life. I will do this not so that glory may rest on you, but so that every eye may turn to me, the one who loved you in your weakness, the one who stayed when no one else did, the one who called you out of darkness and placed you in the light of unshakable hope. So, my beloved, remain. Keep your heart tender and your ears open. Continue to believe, even if it's only a final breath of hope in the grip of despair, because in that very moment something is shifting, problems are unraveling, barriers are being demolished, and a new wave of blessing, of strength, of abundant life is moving toward you. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a new chapter where you will no longer live under the shadow of failure, but walk in the brilliance of a great testimony. And I, your Father, will be there, not merely watching, but walking with you, not just leading, but embracing you every step of the way, until every promise I've spoken comes to pass. For I have never broken a promise. And you have never stopped being loved. My dear child, I know you've stood before closed doors, your heart heavy with unanswered questions, your eyes clouded by doubt about the future. You've knocked, you've hoped, you've waited, yet all seems silent, as though heaven had forgotten your name, as though your prayers had vanished into thin air. But today I speak to you with unshakable love and truth. I have been listening. I have seen clearly, and I am still moving. Those doors are not the end, but only temporary delays before the moment of glory I am preparing. When I, myself, rise to open a door, no force can close it. No person, no circumstance, no darkness can block what I am about to bring forth in your life. For I am not bound by time, not limited by situation, and not constrained by what man deems too late. You have walked through a fierce spiritual battle. The enemy has whispered his lies into your ears, that your prayers were empty echoes, that your dreams have been crushed beneath the weight of failure, that your faith has dried up in the desert of delay and disappointment. But my child, be still and listen to my voice. Now I am moving. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect. But now, right where you stand in what looks like remnants, I am doing a new thing. I am shifting things in the unseen realm to turn in your favor, like rivers bending at the sound of the heavenly wind. I am shaping circumstances, removing obstacles, arranging all things, so you may step into the fullness I prepared for you before you were ever formed in your mother's womb. Do not let the voices of past rejection silence your belief in the promises of the present. Your failures do not define you. They are the very stage upon which I will display my power in your life. Every prayer you thought was lost has been stored by me like precious incense before the throne of grace. Every silent tear has been counted. I have never forgotten a single cry that rose from a broken heart that still dared to believe. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked in the flow of miracles. On the contrary, you are right where I need you to be so I can reveal something greater than anything you've ever dreamed. My child, look back on the road you've traveled. What seemed like breaking was actually making you stronger. The doors that closed kept you from the wrong paths. The dreams that have not yet come true were not a matter of unworthiness, but of divine timing. And now, as the sacred moment has arrived, I declare to you everything is shifting. A spiritual movement is taking place. Heaven is leaning in toward you. What I have appointed is drawing near. Do not give up. Do not let weariness dim the light of hope. Do not let temporary silence still your prayers, because your words, even whispered, are shaking the skies. Your faith, even small, is stirring my heart. You do not need to do something extraordinary for me to hear you. You just need to remain. Remain in the promise. Remain in my presence. Remain in the unchanging love I have held for you from everlasting. And you will see what I am doing will surpass your understanding. Doors no one dared to dream of will open. Those who doubted you will witness the transformation. And you, the one who once wavered, once wounded, once wanted to give up, will stand firm as living proof that when heaven moves, nothing is impossible. So, my beloved, hold on to your faith. Do not let circumstances cloud your vision. Do not let time weaken your heart, for what I have begun I will complete. And you will not only walk through the open door, but you will step into a new season, a season of restoration, provision, and fulfilled promise. This is your moment. This is my promise. And this is the evidence that no matter how many times you felt rejected, I have never abandoned you, never ceased to love, uplift, and restore you day by day. My precious child, be still and listen, for what I am about to speak is not mere comfort. It is a word inscribed into heaven's divine schedule. This moment, this hour, is not just time passing, but a holy appointment where destiny and grace collide, where long waiting meets fulfilled promise. You are stepping into a season marked by heaven as the breakthrough moment. Not because you've done enough, not because you're perfect, but because I have chosen this hour to be yours. No one, no force, no past can erase your name from the loving plan I wrote for you with my own hand. You have prayed persistently, sometimes crying out in what felt like emptiness, sometimes only whispering through tears. You have believed even when your faith felt like a thread, but I have seen, I have remembered, I have never forgotten a single silent plea, and now, my child, be ready. For you are about to walk into the time when those prayers will be answered. The promises you held like a flickering flame in the dark will now blaze and light up your whole life. Supernatural grace, not in the way you understood but beyond what your mind could grasp, will begin to pour out. Not in drops but in waves, not in part but in full. The things you once thought impossible because of limits, because of people, because of circumstances, will now become so undeniable that even your enemies will have to admit it. You will see what you once only dreamed. You will grasp what was once beyond your reach. You will enter into the fulfillment I have cradled in my heart for you since before time, and now I bring it before you as a gift you cannot deny. And this blessing, not just sufficiency but abundance, not just freedom but a crown of glory, will be so evident that even your adversaries will step back. They will have to witness, and they will say, "The hand of the Lord is upon this life." Those who once doubted you, who didn't believe in your ability, who didn't trust the dream you carried, will stand and see me move. Those who once dismissed you, thought you were not enough, cast you aside as insignificant, will have no choice but to look up as I lift you up. Not for you to boast, but so your life may become a song that glorifies my faithfulness. Because I love you, I will do this before their eyes. Because I am just, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of those who once thought you would never rise. And that table will not be revenge, it will be healing. Not to prove a point, but to show my kindness. You won't have to defend yourself. You won't have to prove anything. Because I, myself, will prove that you are. Mine, that you are not alone, that you are loved, chosen, and restored in my name. Remember this, what I give, no one can take away. And when I lift you, no one can pull you down. When I open the door, no one can shut it. And when I say, "It is time," Everything will move in sync with heaven's schedule, not too early, not too late, but right on time, in the right way, through the right hands. My child, stand firm. Let your heart be filled with holy expectation. Not the kind born from human ambition, but the kind rooted in faith in me, the one who promised and never breaks a promise. Nothing you have endured was meaningless. Every pain, every dismissal, every silent tear, you are not forgotten. I am gathering it all to turn it into a living testimony that I am the faithful God, and you are the evidence of that faithfulness. So my child, hesitate no more. Step in, open your heart and receive. Believe once again, and this time you will see the difference. Because I will not only answer your prayers, I will exceed every hope, every dream you ever dared to imagine. This is your hour. This is your harvest. This is the victory song I have written just for you, and I, your Father, am ready to lead you into it hand in hand, from shadow to glory, from forgotten to honored. For you are my beloved, and I never abandon what I have begun in you. My beloved child, lift up your head, for a new day is dawning, not just another morning, but the beginning of a new season, where the old shall pass away, and all the new things I have prepared are coming into being. The battle you have fought with all your courage, whether in silence or through tears, has come to an end. That battle which once brought you to your knees, burdened your heart, and caused you to question not only yourself, but even my listening ear, is now over. The enemy lurked and whispered threats into your ears. It told you that you would never escape the pain, that you would never see change, that every effort you made was in vain. But today, my beloved, I rise and declare a powerful word from on high. It is finished. You are no longer bound. The chains that once gripped your mind and held your feet captive in the land of fear, guilt, regret, and shame are falling off link by link under the mighty power of your Father. No chain is strong enough to withstand the hand of the Creator. Doors that once slammed shut before you, opportunities, lost dreams, presumed dead relationships, seemingly ended, are now beginning to open, not by your strength, but by my divine intervention. For when I open a door, no one can shut it, and when I choose you to enter a new season, nothing can stand in your way. Remember what the enemy once intended to use for your destruction: pain, rejection, wounds, failure. I am now transforming into essential pieces of your divine destiny. No wound is meaningless, no tear is wasted. All is being rewoven by sacred wisdom to compose the story of your life, not a tale of a victim, but of a victor, redeemed, uplifted, and renewed by my unshakable love. You have cried in the nights when no one else knew, in the dark silence of your room, your hands clutching your chest from a pain too deep to speak. You have called out to me, longing for even the faintest light to break through the thick darkness, and at times you believed I was silent. But today I come and I act. I am stepping into your very circumstance, not watching from afar, not sending empty promises, but coming personally to lift you out of the pit of despair. The burden that once pressed upon your soul, the worries that kept you awake through the night, the fatigue that made you believe you couldn't go on, all of it is being lifted now by my powerful yet gentle hand. Can you feel it? The atmosphere around you is shifting. Something is moving, not from this world, but from the heavenly realm. The dark clouds of doubt and discouragement are slowly dissolving. The light of my presence is breaking into every shadowed corner of your mind. This is not a fleeting feeling, but a real, deep, lasting transformation. The peace that the world cannot give, I am placing within you. The joy that doesn't depend on the absence of struggle, but on my presence, that joy is beginning to rise within you like the dawn after a long night. And this is not an imaginary beginning, it is a tangible fulfillment. You will feel it, you will see it, you will live in what I have promised long ago. People will marvel. Those who thought you would remain in failure, who believed you could never rise again after all your wounds, they will witness a transformation so undeniable, so vivid, they will be left speechless. You will not need to prove anything, because my presence upon you will be the living proof. They will have no choice but to say, truly the hand of God is upon this life. And you will no longer live in the shadow of yesterday, but walk boldly in the light of today, the day I have made out of love for you. So, my dear child, stand firm, let your faith rise again. Do not fear the changes, for they are signs that I am making all things new. Do not mourn what was lost, for I am giving you something better. And do not doubt any longer, for I am moving right now in the very breath you are taking. This is your new season. This is the triumphant chapter after the long season of endurance. And I, your Father, am still holding your hand, still writing your story with a love that never fails, for I have never left you, and you have never stopped being loved. My beloved child, be still within your soul and open your heart to receive the miracle that is unfolding, for at this very moment I am moving over your body. The pain that imprisoned you, like an invisible cell that drained you, exhausted you, and sometimes broke your will, is now being defeated by the healing power of heaven. The diagnoses that once stamped your life with finality, the cold words from doctors that pierced your heart, are not the final word. For the voice of man is limited, but my word is not. And today I declare you are being healed, not by your effort, not by your merit, but by my mercy and perfect grace. My healing power is flowing through your body like an unending river of life. Every cell, every vessel, every organ is being touched. I do not just see the surface symptoms I place my hand at the very root where the damage began, where the pain quietly dwelled without remedy. From the smallest tissue to the deepest chambers of your being, my restoring power is weaving through, leaving nothing untouched. You are not alone in your pain. You are surrounded by the living presence of the Holy Spirit, who is working, healing, and renewing. What science has called incurable, I call restored. Human limits cannot bind my greatness. When the world says there is no more hope, I begin a miracle. When medicine surrenders, my supernatural hand moves. I do not follow earthly procedures, I operate on divine plans. And my plans are always good, always powerful, always full of life. You are not only being healed physically, but your mind, your soul, every part of you is stepping into a complete, sacred, and profound renewal. I now declare over your body, it is aligning with the will of heaven. The body I designed with love and wisdom is returning to its original purpose, not to carry disease, but to reflect life, strength, and the glory of the Creator. You were not made to dwell in chronic pain, but to live abundantly filled with the Spirit's vitality. And I declare the migraines are dissolving, the persistent aches that clouded your focus are melting away under my holy fire. The back pain that tormented you each morning is retreating before the energy flowing from heaven. And the chronic illness, no matter its name, no matter how long it has stayed, cannot withstand the name of Jesus, the name above all names. Right now I am restoring strength to your bones. Where there was dryness, I am pouring fullness. Where there was weariness, I am reviving life. A new energy is rising not from caffeine or medicine, but from the supernatural life that flows from my presence, reaching into every fiber, every vessel, every hidden place in your body. This restoration is not a distant promise. It is a present reality happening even now as you read these words, even now as you place your trust in me. Place your hand where healing is needed, not with fear, but with holy expectation. Feel the fire of the Holy Spirit flowing through you, not a fire that burns to destroy, but a fire that heals, a fire that drives out darkness and melts away every wound. It is the fire that blazes within the living temple you carry. Your body is where I dwell, where I move, and where my glory will be revealed. My beloved child, do not focus on the symptoms. Look instead to the one who reigns over every symptom. Do not lean on feelings, stand on my word, which never returns void. I am not merely saying that you will be healed, I have already begun to heal you. Believe it, receive it, open your heart wide to embrace this full restoration, for I never leave a work unfinished. What I have begun in you, I will complete with my boundless power, and when you are healed, let your life become a living testimony of my love, my faithfulness, and my power. Let every step you take, every word you speak, every smile you give be a sign that says, the Father is the healer. Not a temporary miracle, but a permanently transformed life. And you, my beloved child, are that miracle, the one this world cannot deny, because it comes from the one place that cannot be refuted, the loving heart of your Father. My beloved child, be still in this very moment, for this is not an ordinary moment, but a sacred one marked by heaven itself, set apart just for you. Do not rush. Do not let the busyness or distractions of the world steal this precious hour. For even now, as you are listening, I am speaking to your spirit, not through the noise of the world, but through a gentle yet powerful whisper that echoes from the heavenly realms. Your spirit is trembling before my presence. You sense it not merely in your mind, but with your entire being, because when my word reaches the depths of your soul, nothing remains the same. Something is shifting, something is moving, something is being unlocked within you and all around you right here, right now. The invisible chains that once bound you in fear, doubt, shame, and pain are falling off one by one, not by your strength, but by the liberating power of the one who loved you before you even understood love. Barriers once deemed impassable walls you thought would never come down are beginning to collapse under my supernatural presence. The things that delayed you, that kept you circling in endless patterns, are losing their grip on your life. Nothing can stand when I rise to act. No one can stop what heaven has set in motion. And even now, the miracle you have prayed for, the one you thought was out of reach, is beginning to manifest. No longer a dream, no longer a wishful thought. It has shape, it has form, it has substance, and it is coming toward you like the dawn breaking through the night. My divine favor is not only going before you, it is chasing after you. It has missed none of your steps, forgotten none of the weary moments you've endured. The blessings that seemed delayed, not because I forgot, but because I was preparing your heart to receive something greater, are now ready to be released. The downpour of blessings is no longer held back behind closed heavens. The skies have opened, and the doors you waited before until your hope began to wane are swinging open at a speed only I can orchestrate. It is the speed of miracles, the velocity of grace, a pace beyond all human limitation. You are no longer wandering in the wilderness. You are entering into a new season, the greatest season of your life. A season not merely of comfort, but of joy, unleashed abundance, overflowing, and breakthroughs beyond your imagination. This is the season where you no longer live in fear of missing out, but live in the assurance that you are covered by love, by my perfect plans, and by my mighty hand. This is the season where every dream I planted in your heart will begin to sprout, grow, and bear fruit, not because you are capable, but because I am faithful. Not because you know the path, but because I am the way, the truth, and the life, who leads you one step at a time. So, my beloved, do not fear, do not doubt, trust in this holy moment. Let faith rise in your heart like a flame in the night. Walk forward, not in uncertainty, but in holy expectation. For you are not merely the recipient of a miracle, you are the living testimony of my transforming power. All eyes will see, all ears will hear, and every heart that once doubted will bow and confess, truly the Lord God is with you. And from where you stand, you will not return to the old path. You will walk forward in freshness, in fullness, in the strength of one who knows to whom they belong. Every effort you once thought was wasted is being gathered by me into a radiant harvest. Every tear you shed in sorrow will be turned into tears of joy. For I am your Father, the one who never forgets you, who is never late, and who never abandons what I have begun in you. So, my precious child, keep your heart wide open, keep your mind pure, keep your hands ready to receive. For the greatest season of your life is not a vague hope, it is a reality drawing near with every breath. And in that season, you will see me not just as the one who saved you, but as the one who lifts you daily, loves you more than you dare believe, and walks beside you through every road ahead. This is your time. And I am here right now to walk with you into the wonder I prepared long before time began. My beloved child, this moment is not fleeting. It is a heavenly invitation, a call from the heights of glory, echoing into the depths of your heart. I did not come merely to comfort you in silence, but to stir you to awaken the sleeping faith within you, to ignite again the flame that once burned brightly in your darkest nights. Today I have not come for you only to hear, but to respond. I challenge you not with force, but with love and full confidence in who you are. Activate your faith, my child. Step out of comfort, out of delay, out of doubt that has held you back too long. This is the hour for faith to no longer be a concept, but a living motion. This is the time for you not just to receive my promise, but to declare it with your whole heart. If you know these words are for you, and I believe you do deep in your spirit, then do not hold them as a vague thought. Grasp them, keep them as a holy treasure, a precious seed I've planted into the soil of your life. Receive my word as you would receive a key, one that unlocks a door long shut. Believe that I do not speak in vain, do not promise what I will not fulfill, and that when I speak, all of heaven and earth move to fulfill it. Open your mouth, my child. Do not let your faith live only in silence. Declare it over your life. Speak boldly, even if your voice trembles, even if your heart wavers. Let the proclamation become the rhythm of your heart. Say it aloud before heaven and earth. I believe in the God of the impossible. Not that you merely hope, not that you long from afar, but that you believe firmly, unwaveringly, that the Creator of the heavens and the earth is doing a new thing in you. That miracles are no longer stories of others, but your own unfolding testimony. That breakthrough is no longer a distant hope, but a present reality here now. And your life, every part, every wound, every longing is being renewed, resurrected, brought into the fullness of my divine plan. Do not remain silent, my child. Do not let your faith be imprisoned by quiet. Write down what you believe, not as a symbol, but as a declaration of the spiritual authority I have given you. Write it down as if you are signing your name into a new covenant, a covenant of hope, of healing, of triumph. Write it down as a war cry against darkness, as a proclamation to heaven and hell alike, that you will not back down, you will not be extinguished, you will not be silent while truth burns brightly within you. Let every word you write, every sentence you speak become an echo that shakes the unseen realm. Let the enemy tremble before an unshakable faith, a faith not born of sight, but of spiritual certainty that I am faithful. Let the angels hear your words and take their positions. Let the forces of darkness recognize that you are no longer an easy target, but a warrior of light, equipped with life and armed with my promises. And in every word you declare, every step you take in faith, you are opening a new path, not one you carve, but one I have already prepared. A path that leads to fulfillment, to harvest, to wonders beyond human understanding. And in every step you will find me, not only at the destination, but walking beside you, breathing with you. So, my beloved, hesitate no more. This is not the time to stay silent. This is the time to roar in faith. This is the hour for heaven and hell to know you believe in the Almighty. You are not merely hoping for miracles. You are declaring they are arriving. You are not just waiting for breakthrough. You are walking in the breakthrough, and you are not simply wishing your life would change. You know it is changing moment by moment, because I am with you, doing a mighty work in you, and I will not stop until it is complete. My beloved child, be still in this moment, for I want you to know that I see what your eyes have yet to see. Right now, while all seems unchanged to you, while you feel no shift yet in your senses, I have already seen the doors opening before you. Not ordinary doors, but doors of restoration, of hope, of promises long established. Doors you once stood before in tears, believing they'd never open, now swinging wide by my power and mercy. I have not forgotten you, not abandoned you, not ignored the silent prayers you've poured out through the long days that felt hopeless. I see the financial breakthrough being prepared for you. The difficult seasons, the sleepless nights, the mounting bills that felt never-ending, I am reversing them all. I am not just providing enough, I am providing in abundance, so that you may share uplift and become a blessing to others. I am not only supplying your needs, I am opening to you new thoughts, divine ideas and opportunities you thought impossible for. I am the God who makes a way where there is no way. And not only in provision, I see the miracle of healing being poured over you. Chronic pain, persistent illness, heavy diagnoses that weighed on your soul, they are being replaced with new life. Every cell in your body is being touched by my loving hand. Not a small improvement, but a complete transformation, a healing that comes from heaven, undeniable and unstoppable. I am healing not just your physical frame, but the wounds buried deep in your heart. Old scars, painful memories and words that once stripped you of value, I am cleansing and restoring them all. For to me, you are not just a breathing body. You are my living temple, infinitely precious. My beloved child, I see your family too, the place where wounds once ran deep, where misunderstandings built walls, where distance grew silently and tears fell unnoticed. But trust me, restoration is coming. What seemed forever broken, I am gently gathering piece by piece. I am reweaving the bonds that once seemed lost, softening hearts hardened by pain. Because I love your family, and I am stepping in not with force, but with the steadfast love and immense grace that only I can give. Beyond that, you are entering a season of divine connections, relationships I have ordained to uplift you, to build you up, and to walk with you on this journey of faith. These are not people who come to take, but those who come to share, to pray, to see the goodness I am bringing forth in your life. These are hands that will hold you up when you're weary, voices that will remind you of who you truly are in me when you forget. I am forging relationships not from human manipulation, but from my holy will. Supernatural favor is also being poured out. A fresh anointing is covering you from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. You will no longer walk in old exhaustion. I am clothing you in newness like the first rain after a long drought, soaking into every part of your life, your emotions, your spirit, your thoughts, and your calling. This anointing is not just for labor, but for life, to live deeply, to live powerfully, to live led by my Spirit each day. And as the good comes forth, I am also dismantling the hindrances. Chains of fear, sin, shame, and failure are breaking under my power. Walls once built by doubt and lies are crumbling before my glorious presence. The power of the enemy, which once manipulated your thoughts, choices, and emotions, is now weakening, fading, losing grip, because the light has come, and darkness cannot withstand it. My child, this is not a promise for a far-off future. This is truth unfolding right now. I am not just watching, I am moving. And the only thing I ask of you is this: believe, walk in faith. Open your heart and receive the wonder I've prepared. Because what I am doing in you, no one can stop. For you are mine, called, loved, and destined for a great season. Heaven has ordained before time began. And I, your Father, will not stop until that blessing is complete in your life. Beloved, one pause in this moment and recognize that what lies ahead is not a meaningless continuation of time, but the beginning of a sacred shift that is quietly altering the course of your destiny. This is not just another day, it is a divine turning point. Heaven has arranged where the old begins to fall away, and the new I am creating begins to rise with every moment you choose to believe. You are not here by chance. These words you are reading are not a coincidence. All has been intricately woven by time, my heart, because I want you to know your appointed time is coming, and the transformation begins not from the outside, but from within you. So, my child, while your heart may still be heavy with unanswered questions and burdens that feel invisible to others, I call you to hold on to faith. Not perfect faith, not faith that never wavers, but faith that clings to me, even with trembling hands. Do not let doubt, however small, creep in and choke the hope I am awakening in you. Because even the tiniest seed of doubt can blur the vision of your soul, and when you no longer see clearly, it becomes easy to let go. But I say to you, don't let go. Don't stop. Keep standing firm like a soldier who knows the battle is already won, even if the fight still rages. Do not let fear silence you. Fear will always try to confine you to an old safety that holds no miracles, no breakthroughs, only survival without shining. But you were not created to shrink back in anxiety. You were created to walk in the authority of one who knows they've been chosen and called by the Father among all nations. You are the voice I have planted in this world. When you are silent, darkness rejoices. But when you speak, my promises, heaven and earth respond. So, my dear one, speak what you believe, even if your voice shakes. Declare what I have promised, even if nothing around you has changed yet. For your faithfulness in the little will open the door to the unveiling of the great. The shift is happening. It may not be loud or as clear as you expected. But just like the sunrise that starts with a faint line at the horizon, then suddenly floods the sky, so too is your transformation unfolding. It begins when you choose to hold on, to believe, to take another step, even without seeing the outcome. And I see it. I see every quiet step, every midnight prayer, every moment you resist weariness to keep believing in a good future. None of this is invisible to me. On the contrary, it rises like fragrance to my throne, a living testimony of unquenchable faith. My child, your destiny is not written by accident, but woven by my word. I have seen your beginning, and I have already declared a glorious end. Nothing the enemy uses to try and derail you can alter that plan so long as you keep walking. Move forward, not in haste, not in pretense of strength, but in faithfulness. Every step you take, every word you guard in your heart, every time you choose not to turn back is proof that you are co-writing your story with heaven. I know there are moments you want to give up. Mornings you wake up and feel like turning your back on everything. But even in those moments I am there. I don't leave you in weakness, and I don't revoke my promises in your weariness. In fact, it is in those very moments that I draw closer than ever. When you have nothing left to lean on, I become your unshakable refuge. When you have nothing to offer, I only ask for your honest heart. So keep believing, not blindly, but with conviction. I am working behind the scenes. I am moving what you cannot see. I am preparing what you never dared to dream. And soon you will look back at this very moment and say, that was when everything began to change. Not when the circumstances shifted, but when your heart chose not to give up. My beloved child, do not underestimate the power of one simple decision to keep believing. For when you do, all of heaven rejoices and a new chapter is unfolding in your life. I am writing your story with the ink of grace and power, and you will see the shift has begun, right now, within you, in the palm of my hand. My precious one, let your heart be still in this moment and open wide to receive the miracle already at work, because I want you to know right now, as you read these words, I am moving. Not someday far away, not when everything in your life is perfect, but now in the stillness of your heart, in the simplicity of your small but sincere faith, I am working. I am turning all things for your sake. When your eyes cannot yet see, when your ears have not yet heard, when your heart cannot yet grasp, my hand is already touching your circumstance with power and mercy. Do not let fear shake you. Do not let the long wait lead you to question my love. I know you've been tired, that you've wanted to give up, that you've wondered if I truly hear your prayers. But I have seen every silent tear, I have remembered every sigh you dared not speak aloud. And today I want you to know I am pouring my favor upon your life, not a little, not in part, but fully and abundantly. I am changing your situation not in the way you expected, but in a way that will surprise you with my perfection, my wisdom, and my boundless love. The things that once held you back, the doors that slammed in your face, the rejections that disheartened you, they are all losing their grip as I act. I am opening new paths, leading you into opportunities only I can create. You don't need to strive, don't need to prove your worth, because I do not bless based on merit but on my mercy and my unchanging promise. What I have promised I will fulfill. No one can take from you what I have given. No power, no person, no circumstance can touch what has been appointed over your life by my hand. My beloved child, be bold and receive the blessing. Do not hesitate. Do not think yourself unworthy. For none of you are worthy by your own merit, but I have made you worthy through my sacrificial love and boundless forgiveness. Open your arms, open your heart, and receive all that I am pouring out. Blessings are not limited to material things. They are peace in your mind, healing in your soul, restoration in your relationships, and renewal in your spirit. Let your heart rejoice again. Let hope be rekindled within you. And walk forward with the confidence of one who knows your miracle has arrived. Do not wait for every sign to appear before you believe. Believe first, and then you shall see. For faith is the bridge between your present and the destiny I have ordained. When you walk in faith, you are not merely heading toward the future, you are stepping into the miraculous realm I have prepared for you since before time began, and in that realm you never walk alone. I go before you, I walk beside you, and I guard behind you. Not for a single moment do I take my eyes off you. Not one beat of your heart passes without my attentive ear. Remember, my child, I am not merely the God of ancient times of old biblical tales. I am the living God, still working, still healing, still performing miracles, still breaking chains, still making a way in the wilderness. And today I am doing it for you. The miracle you've been hoping for is no longer far away. It is drawing near. It is forming. It is pulsing beneath the surface of the spiritual ground, ready to emerge like a harvest that follows many seasons of sowing. So be encouraged, dear one. Let a new joy light up your eyes. Let holy expectation fill your heart. Step forward with courage, with the posture of someone no longer bound by the past, no longer confined by circumstance, but propelled by a glorious future I have set before you. Do not look back. Do not mourn what has been. Step into the new day with the promise in your heart that your miracle has arrived, and I, the faithful one, will never let you wander from the path I have ordained. You are the one I love. You are the one I have chosen. And the blessing you are receiving today is living proof that my love never abandons you, never forgets you, never gives up on what I have started in you. So stand firm, believe, and walk as one who knows with certainty you are living in a miracle that I began from eternity past, all because I love you. My beloved child, if these words have reached deep into your heart, if in every line you feel the gentle yet powerful stirring of my spirit, do not let this moment pass by like a fleeting breeze. Do not treat this as a mere pause in the midst of your daily chaos. I did not lead you here by coincidence, nor did my word arrive at this time by accident. Every word you read, every sound you hear is a seed from heaven falling into the soil of your heart with a sacred purpose to awaken, to heal, to stir, and to lead you back to the true life I destined for you from the beginning of time. So, my dear child, hold this precious moment close. Let it remain alive within you. Do not allow my word to be just a fleeting echo. Let it become the breath of your days, the light to your path, the endless stream that quenches your soul's deepest thirst. And if your heart truly longs to hear my voice more, to dwell in the fresh current of divine revelation, then take a simple step that holds profound power. Subscribe, connect, and stay rooted in this channel as a sacred meeting point between you and me. This is not just a technical action, but a spiritual decision, an expression of your heart's desire to journey deeper with me. Turn on notifications not for algorithms, but because you don't want to miss a single thing I am preparing to release upon your life. For I am speaking not just once, but continually, not just to someone else, but to you. Not only in grand moments, but in every soft whisper that meets you in what seems to be the most ordinary times. I know the world is full of voices, and your heart is easily distracted, easily swept away by what seems urgent yet holds no true weight. But remember, my voice is always gentle yet powerful, sweet yet sharp, healing yet confronting. You cannot live without my word, just as a tree cannot live without light. When you are connected to my word, you are being transformed from the inside out. What once seemed blurry will become clear. What once caused fear will be replaced with unshakable peace. The unanswered questions will be met with the sweetness of my presence. And my child, not every day will feel uplifting. There will be days when you are weary, moments when you have no strength left to seek me. But it is in those very moments that a message from me, through a word, a video, a sentence, will become new breath to your soul. It will be the hand that lifts you from the pit, the voice that reminds you you are not forgotten. So keep your heart open, always ready, always connected to the stream of grace I am pouring through this channel. Let every word from me become your daily bread, nourishing your spirit. Do not live only by what you can touch, but live with a spiritual hunger that draws you deeper into relationship with me. I am calling you into a journey, not a journey of religious formality, but a journey of love, of transformation, of intimacy between me and you. And every time you return here, open a teaching, listen to a message, is a step closer to the sacred purpose I have written for you. Do not miss it. Do not let the door close because of indifference. Do not let the seed be stolen by distraction. Cherish what you've just received and prepare your heart to receive even greater things. For what I have done is only the beginning, and what I am about to do is far more wondrous than you can imagine. So, my beloved child, if your heart has been stirred, if tears have fallen because you have felt my touch, then do not delay. Take one more step. Press the subscribe button as your response. Turn on the notifications as your readiness, and keep your heart tethered to every word I speak to you. For I am still speaking, and I will not stop. Not to repeat the old, but to lead you into the new, into deeper, stronger, more powerful things. And as you continue walking with me, staying close to my word, you will discover that miracles are not just events, but a sacred rhythm, daily, hourly, moment by moment, in every small step of faith, because I am still here, because you are still loved, and because you are right in the midst of a story far greater than you imagined, the story of life, of hope, and of everlasting grace from your Father. Amen. As a child of God, you are never alone. He is with you in every moment, gently reminding you to live in faith and in the assurance of His love. Click follow and turn on notifications so you never miss the words I speak from heaven. Amen.